Greetings, grasshoppers. How are you? And welcome to a very short and sweet special edition of the Bot Signal. Today, I was informed that Ross Brand's every year at the end of the year predictions article had just gone up. It is about everything digital media, live streaming, podcasting, micro content, every single thing. And he has gathered 160 people to come and give their perspective. And all of these people are superstars in their own right in the digital media space somewhere. And yes, I'm in there. You know I'm in there. But I wanted to bring your attention to this particular article because there's a lot of really interesting things being said in it. And I think that especially if you are in this space of entrepreneurship, coaches, authors, speakers, all of that stuff, that you availing yourself of what's happening in this space is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And so I wanted to bring this article to your attention. Here's what is happening. Now I'm going to show you this article. I've also, let me post that again because I'm posting a link to the article there. I don't think it made it to Facebook, but I wanted to show you this because a lot of beautiful things going on here. So let me just show you live streaming digital media, 160 predictions for 2020. And so a lot of 160 featured predictions, as we talked about, plus some bonus content as well. Some well-known names in here and some old friends. So do check that out. And he also kind of gives us a little bit of a, along with the 160 predictions, he gives us a little bit of a history. From 2015 when we were all crazy about Blab and doing a lot of things there to right now where LinkedIn has broken into live streaming and a whole bunch of things are going on. So the history is very interesting to read, but the article is really delving into some of the different aspects. I love this one. Brands that haven't already been focusing on relationship marketing techniques will need to spend more on their pay-to-play model. What's she talking about there? Relationship marketing, that is what I do. Obviously, conversational commerce, they call it conversational marketing, also known as chatbots. But people who aren't focusing on building a relationship, people who are just focusing on how many clicks can I get on a page, how many views can I get on a live stream, as opposed to how many relationships can I develop. People are going to have to pay more and more for that old approach to things, which is often, as I talk about when I speak, often kind of alienating to people, just getting more and more people into the funnel, getting more and more clicks, and that's all we care about. If we don't care about developing relationships, then we are going awry in the live streaming and digital media world. I really love this comment by Jessica. Also, a lot of people talking about micro content. Now, I've actually heard about this in my personal circles as well. Micro content being that 60 to 90 second video piece of audio, that thing that sort of helps people just get a little bit of content, not the entire pie, not an hour, not 3 hours, just a little bit to pique people's interests and perhaps get them to click a button, make a follow, connect with you in some way. This is very interesting to me because let me switch here. My mouse seems to have gone out during the broadcast. First time for that to happen. Anyway, micro content being that little 60 to 90 second bite of information that people have and people want to give value to people, because more and more people are asking the question before they sit down to listen to you for an hour on a webinar. Is this worth my time? Is this worth my time? And they make that decision within 5-10 seconds of being there. So what if people respond to that by developing micro content, little Reese's pieces that lead ET to come and hang out with you? So that is very, very interesting to me, just because I've been, forever and a day doing 2 shows a week, hour long, half-hour long, hour long, depends on how many questions there are, shows on my live stream. Great stuff, but it may pay to redevelop that strategy. I'm looking at this article and thinking about my own strategy. It's a great time to think about your approach and your strategy to your digital media here at the end of the year. 2020 vision for 2020. Everybody is thinking about that, and so this article is a great place to look and to start some of these things. In there, they talk about micro content, which is making some breakthroughs. They also talk about people that are, it used to be that we kind of, in the beginning, when I'm talking about like 10 years ago, in the beginning, we all, were focused on driving traffic to our websites. That was the hub of everything. And we kind of put little signposts everywhere on all of the networks. We put little signposts and things like that to lead back to our website. Websites 10 years ago and basically today, a digital brochure. You can find some content on there, obviously. You can find some stuff, but there's not a whole lot of two-way interaction. There's some comments that you might be able to leave on a blog post every once in a while, but seriously, taking the time to do that, when was the last time you took time to do that? So 10 years ago, we were all leading people back to this, the hotspot of the website, which was basically a digital brochure. Then, as content creation evolved, people started moving their home base to not their website anymore. They started moving their home base to, if you're a YouTube creator, YouTube. If you are, really into Facebook and that's where a lot of your clients are, people moved their content creation home base off of their website, because on the website, there's not very much interaction possibilities. There's just not. Again, maybe leaving a content on a blog, but that's pretty much it. So then people starts moving their home bases. That has happened. A lot of people have, made a lot of money making their home base a YouTube or a Facebook or a different platform entirely. But coming into 2019, a lot of people are rethinking that strategy. They're rethinking that strategy because people, places like YouTube and Facebook, people have become aware that YouTube and Facebook can make its own decisions about exactly what it wants on its platform. And in certain cases, people can become deplatformed or demonetized. And so people are thinking much more about, why don't we leave the Reese's pieces on the other websites, social media websites, and drive people back to maybe a private community that we house on our own website, or maybe a chatbot. Yes, chatbots, I was going to mention them, back on your own website that allows people to engage, ask questions, watch videos, and be able to create their own, whatever feed they want to create. For instance, in my chatbots, you can ask a question and get an answer to that question, ask more questions, get more different answers, depending on what I know you value. And depending on your questions of me, you can kind of create your own feed of information. That's just not possible anywhere else. It's not possible on a social network. Algorithms decide what you look at. It's not possible in other situations on websites. So again, of course, I'm focusing on chatbots. I need to stop. I need to bring myself back out to the whole content thing. But creating content has, the game changes all the time. The kind of Reese's pieces is, the little little lead magnets that you create to drive people back to a private community or a chatbot on your own website, that has become kind of the focus of some people's game. I'm really interested to see how that plays out, that particular prediction. And a lot of people are talking about it on this article, that people are seeking to move back to a platform that they control and that they own and that they can't be kicked off of at any moment. So I've been particularly interested in those predictions. A lot of people predicting about podcasts that people need to upgrade their sound, that no one has time to listen to bad sound on a podcast anymore. People kind of used to tolerate it, but they are not doing that anymore. So if you do a podcast, do upgrade your equipment if you can, because that is going to draw people in more than crappy audio. Another thing people are talking about in this huge predictions article, that I totally hope that you will check out. Another thing people are talking about is personalized, unrehearsed content, behind the scenes stuff, morning coffee with blank. Those types of things are drawing more people. They make marketing a lot more humanized. And it's true. People buy from people and brands and businesses that they trust. Trust factors are built not with, a flood of content that's not valuable to people. It is part of that attraction is the human factor. So a lot of these predictions focusing on that, building that human factor with people, building that rapport, being a human being and not having to be, a talking head all the time. So those were the three things that I got out of this article: feeding people's human side, focusing on micro content that leads back to some better content that you can control on your website, and just live streaming in general. A lot of predictions about that. A lot of wonderful things. So do check it out. Check out this article if you have the time. Very skimmable. A lot of predictions on there, but you can totally just skim through the pictures and see what people have to say. And then if you love it, dig into what they have to say. That's what I did this morning. It's what I hope you all will do, because it's important to know the trends. It's important to know. It's important to, keep on top of those trends in whatever your industry is, but also with the digital media. I love this article once a year. I love this article because it helps me shape what I'm going to produce for the next year. I may be going to micro content. I may be going to a private community off of Facebook to produce some things. I'm certainly driving people to my chat bot, which then lets you have a self-guided experience through all my material. So very good, darlings. Well, just wanted to pop in on a Saturday afternoon, say hello, and give some attention to this article. Give some attention to Ross Brand and some love, because that guy works really, really hard to make everybody's live streaming experience awesome and to make live streamers look awesome. Again, that content can be found right here. I will scroll up on this page so that you can see live streaming and digital media, 160 predictions for 2020. There are a ton of my old friends from Blab on here. Shouts out to, obviously, Coach Jenny. Monique Johnson has a prediction in there. Vicky Fitch has some stuff in there. Brian Vanzo, always. I mean, please. And it's all good stuff. So the StreamYard guy, Gage Vandentop, a friend and an obvious great guy, has some stuff. And we also have my friend Brad Friedman, always on and always giving a prediction. So check out the stuff. See how it shapes your vision, your digital media vision for 2020. I hope chatbots are in there. People, if chatbots aren't in there, come and talk to me. Come and talk to me, because chatbots need to be in there. And my friends, that is all for today. Thank you again, Ross Brand, and I will see you all in a bot.